Hi guys, it's James, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to tell you why I sold my Pocket 4K and which camera I replaced it with. So guys, I recently sold my Pocket 4K and replaced it with the Lumix S1. So the Lumix S1, this is my camera of choice over the Pocket 4K. So before I go into my little list here, I will just say that I'm not slating the Pocket 4K. It's a fabulous camera. I would keep it if I could warrant keeping it. But I need to think about my use case, and there's a lot of features which I'm missing, I feel, with the Pocket 4K, and I would get with the S1. And I think you'll find from my list, that's what I'm getting at. This is not a run and gun camera, and I need more of a run and gun camera. So here we go. Autofocus. Pocket 4K doesn't have autofocus, which is a given, I know, being a cinema camera, but I just find that there are some occasions where I could do with a bit of autofocus. I know the S series cameras don't have the best autofocus, but with the right lens and the right environment, you can get some good results using continuous autofocus. So autofocus is one feature lacking on the Pocket 4K, which I felt I needed going forward. Weather sealing. Pocket 4K is not weather sealed, and there's been many occasions where I've been on set, on site, working, and you can see the weather changing, or even beforehand, I'm dreading taking the Pocket 4K because of the weather conditions. With the S1, I'm getting that bit of security, and it's very important to have that confidence in your equipment, no matter what life throws at you. In particular, changing in weather. So weather sealing, and it's a better build quality than the Pocket 4K. The Pocket 4K has a very hard plastic, but this S1 is just built like an absolute tank, coupled in with the weather sealing. So build quality and weather sealing is another reason why I opted for the S1. Being run and gun, sometimes you gotta be really quick, you gotta get the shot, and the last thing you want is a shaky shot. So IBIS is another one of those features which I really missed, and is a feature lacking in the Pocket 4K that pushed me to switch. With the Pocket 4K, it's gotta be on a gimbal or a tripod or a slider. It's gotta be stabilized using something all the time, and I just think that for what I do, the majority of the time, IBIS has become quite an important feature for me. The screen can tilt on the S1, and it's not a major issue, but it has come in handy, and it's something I enjoy doing. And also, it kind of links to another reason on my list, but just the simplicity of having that articulated screen on the back of the camera ready to go straight out of the bag. And another thing is the S1 has a really good EVF, so if I'm in some really bright lit conditions and I can't really see the screen on my field monitor for whatever reason, I can look through the EVF, and it's very, very good quality. So the EVF and articulated screen. Better battery. It's no secret that the Pocket 4K's battery life using the Canon LP6 batteries, they're absolutely crap. 25 minutes probably you're gonna get out of it, and not the best. So you have to use V-mount batteries, or you have to use a Sony NPF 970 plate for Sony NPF 970 batteries, or something very similar. It doesn't work. Well, it does work, but it doesn't. It's not a very good battery straight out of the bag. You have to add additional bits of kit to the rig in order to get something that's considered a reasonable battery life. So straight out of the bag, the S1 works perfectly in terms of battery. I'm gonna get about an hour and a half with the battery, which is absolutely brilliant compared to the Pocket 4K. The S1 is full frame, unlike the Pocket 4K, which is a Micro Four Thirds sensor. Now, I use Lumix cameras, the Micro Four Thirds system, and I absolutely love Micro Four Thirds. There's a lot of great benefits to it, but there are some really good benefits of having a full frame sensor over the Micro Four Thirds sensor, and one of those benefits is better in low light. I can go up to 4000 ISO on the S1 without any problems. I know the Micro Four Thirds sensor on the Pocket 4K does have dual native ISO, so 3200 is pretty clean on the Micro Four Thirds, but you're going to get a better image with a full frame sensor. Also, you don't have to worry about speed boosters and adapters with a full frame sensor, unlike with the Micro Four Thirds, where you have to buy a adapter or a speed booster to kind of reduce that crop you get with a Micro Four Thirds sensor. So full frame goodness and no need for a speed booster. I've alluded to it in the previous items I've listed, but definitely not having to rig up the S1 is a big bonus, and another reason why I decided to get the S1 over the Pocket 4K. You know, literally from the SSD drive to the field monitor, all these things you really have to have attached to the camera to get a good functioning camera in your hands. And like I said, it's not very run and gun. You can't just pull it out of your bag and be on the go with it. So the fact that you can't just pull the Pocket 4K out your bag and just run with it without having to run into problems with the screen and the battery life, the S1 for me is a much better pick. So that's another reason why I've chosen the S1 over the Pocket 4K, because you don't need to rig it out and you can just pull it out your bag and you're good to shoot. Another feature of the S1, which is very handy for me personally, is the fact that it can do photography. It's a hybrid camera, proper hybrid camera, so it's a real good content creator camera. So not only can you get really professional video from the camera, you can also shoot some stunning stills. And the S1 as a stills camera with the ergonomics is just a really nice camera to use. So photography is another reason to get the S1 for me over the Pocket 4K. And the last reason why I decided to go for the S1 over the Pocket 4K is the S1 shoots 6K resolution, which I won't use pretty much maybe 70% of the time. I won't need it, but there's gonna be that 30% where 6K could become very helpful, mainly as a post-production tool. But there's a lot of leeway with 6K in terms of punching in and cropping in. So 6K, very helpful, and another good reason to shift from the Pocket 4K to the Lumix S1. I do not regret owning the Pocket 4K. It was a dream to own and a dream to have. And these are the few things I will miss about the Pocket 4K. So I've just mentioned it now, 12-bit RAW. B-RAW is just really nice to use. It's a dream on DaVinci on the Mac computer, and really just love playing with that image. It just looks, you don't have to do a great deal, to be honest, to get a really nice filmic, pleasing color look. And I will miss the image quality and color science of the Pocket 4K and that lovely 12-bit B-RAW. So that is a couple of things there which I'm gonna miss about the Pocket 4K. Another thing I'm really going to miss about the Pocket 4K is its UI. Its user interface is absolutely a dream. It's so effortless. You don't have to be a very experienced video camera operator to quickly know your way around the back of a Blackmagic Pocket 4K or the other Pocket cameras. Blackmagic, they've smashed it on the UI interface for their cameras. So easy to navigate, like I just said, and an absolute pleasure to use. So I will definitely miss that about the Pocket 4K. And the other thing I'm going to miss about the Pocket 4K is its built-in preamps and the fact that you've got a mini XLR connector. So good for audio. These hybrid cameras, they have a 3.5 jack, which is okay, but for better quality and easier to connect. So all the things I've listed about the Pocket 4K being a bit of a pain in the ass to kind of rig up, kind of swapping that with the audio issue with the hybrid cameras. I got to connect a audio recorder to the camera to get some good audio using my condenser mics. But with the Pocket 4K, it was a simple setup of just a mini XLR connector to the condenser mic in the side of the camera. So definitely going to miss that mini XLR input and just the ease to get good quality audio with the Pocket 4K. So guys, that's my little list. There you go, there you have it. Anything you think I've missed out, or anything you want to add, or anything you want to kind of comment on, then please leave those comments in the comment section down below. That's it from me. Thank you and goodbye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Much love. Goodbye. Au revoir.